What a day. Today was my very first collab with the one and only Jesse.
Oh, there he is.
Drive, hurry up, go. Yeah.
What did you do?
This is what I did, buddy. I got us Casey Neistat's new, what is this, Mavic 2? These aren't even out yet. Look, I got 2 of them.
Yeah, I think it went well. Yo, Josh, I'm taking you guys on a deep dive into the new Mavic Pro 2 and Mavic Zoom. Damn you, DJI. Just when I bought my Mavic Air, you gotta go do this. What the f? We got these 2 drones, so what's the difference? First and most impressive to me is the new Mavic Pro 2 with the Hasselblad camera. For those of you who don't know, Hasselblad is the camera company that NASA uses for manned space missions dating all the way back to the Apollo moon landing. Those impressive, crispy lunar landing photos, Hasselblad. Funny thing is, conserving rocket fuel and like cutting down on weight, the astronauts just took the film out of the cameras and left the cameras on the surface of the moon. So there's like 12 of them stuck on there. It's kind of interesting. Why am I telling you all this? Because in 2015, DJI acquired a minority share of Hasselblad, and it's rumored that in 2017, they then acquired a majority share. So this is like normal practice for companies to strategically buy up other companies and absorb their research and development. And Hasselblad has a ton of it, not only in cameras and the mechanics of it, but also color science. So this was a great move by DJI. So now you know what it means to have a Hasselblad drone. The biggest game changer about this drone is the ability to shoot 4K 10-bit. My Sony a7 III doesn't even shoot 10-bit, it shoots 8-bit. 8-bit, 10-bit, what's the difference? With 8-bit, you have 256 colors in this box of crayons that you can draw your 4K image with. 10-bit, you now have 1,024 colors of crayons that you can draw the same 4K image with. In a small drone, that's unheard of. Now, most people won't really notice the difference between 8-bit and 10-bit, but where 10-bit really starts pulling ahead is when you start doing color grading or video effects, keying, green screen, or what I like to do, creative color manipulation, aka my destroyer LUTs. Right? Game changer. To enable 10-bit, super easy. Go to your video menu settings, camera coding, you want H.265, and our color as D-Log. 10-bit enabled. That's not all that this monster has. This thing also has aperture control, so you can open it up to 2.8 or close it all the way down to f11. It also has a front plate with swappable NDs. ND 4, 8, 16, or 32. So now you can shoot shallow depth of field in broad daylight, which is pretty freaking awesome. And it has H.265 encoding. It's a whole episode on itself. H.265 is the reason why Netflix will be able to stream 6K and 8K in the future. So the 1-inch sensor is also going to perform better in low light. Also has 14 stops of dynamic range. Dynamic range is a measurement in which you can see definition in highlights and in shadows. The more stops of DR that you have, the better the picture is gonna be. That's why everyone's so crazy about reds, because red cameras can shoot like 16.5 stops of dynamic range. This is a hard contender. We have this guy too. This is like the Michael Bay drone. Michael Bay has one move, and it's normally done with a long lens, and it's orbiting around, you know, the hero, and it gives this really cool parallax shot. This drone has a 24 to 48 millimeter lens. So the longer the lens, generally the more cinematic the quality is gonna be. To zoom on the camera, super easy, little control wheel right here. You want 24? Boom. You want 48? Boom. Only I had a test subject that I could orbit around.
I can't do it. No idea. You think it's funny? I'm literally shaking. Bro, please be careful.
So I touched on this on my next level cinematography episode right here. Parallax is most easily noticed by the speed in which things pass by the screen. So orbiting around somebody, the background is going to be compressed and it's going to be moving at a lot faster rate than the object in the foreground. Simple, right? Super cinematic.
Go through that window. I'm gonna go right through that window. You got faith in me? I think I got it.
That crazy Zolly effect, which are also known as the Vertigo Effect, the drone flies forward while the lens pulls back. You no longer have to do it in post. It's all done in camera. Ah. This drone has super res photo mode. In a nutshell, it's very similar to like panorama mode, where the drone is taking a series of photos and stitching them together. The only difference is it's doing it when it's zoomed into 48 millimeters, like a regular composed photo, but it's at this level of detail that's the equivalent to a 48 megapixel camera. That's like billboard level of megapixels. This little guy. So when comparing these new monsters to the Mavic Pro Platinum, they're about the same size. They're a few ounces heavier, but they pack way more firepower. It's like night and day difference. These are now equipped with omnidirectional obstacle avoidance sensors. Top, bottom, forward, back, left, right. Like if you crash this, you must have really f***ed up. So the $1 million question, who are these for? Mostly, I think people who appreciate color and know how to tweak colors in post are going to find this one more valuable, have an easier time matching skin tones to high-end production cameras, green screen, or add video effects, all of that while still having a super portable travel-sized drone. The Mavic Zoom, I think, is going to be more helpful for ordinary consumers, travel vloggers, people who want to add an extra layer of cinematic quality to their wedding videos. I mean, the color straight off of this camera looks incredible. You don't even need to do any tweaking at all. Plus, that Zolly effect is super rad. I mean, all of that packed into this tiny little DJI. Please, for the love of God, stop making drones. Just stop now. You're already king of the market. Stop taking my money. Anyway, this is Josh Yo saying thank you very much. Stay creative. Now go make some art.